For the past few years, a lot of you out there have been wondering what the deal is with Trunks and Goten. What I mean by that is the young half-breeds don't seem to have aged at all from the events of the Buu Saga to their most recent appearance in Dragon Ball Super Broly. I've seen this topic pop up numerous times since Dragon Ball first aired. I've also seen videos on YouTube claiming it to be because of their current roles in Super and the fact that they're in a shonen franchise, but I don't believe either of those are the case here. While it is true a number of years have passed since their introductions in Dragon Ball Z, we actually do have evidence that I believe supports their current appearance. Whether you choose to agree is entirely up to you, but it's an explanation nonetheless. Let's get into it. When we see Goten and Trunks in the World Tournament Saga, they're roughly 7 and 8 years old. There's a 10-year time gap between the events of Buu and the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament at the end of Z, which would put Goten and Trunks around the ages of 17 and 18. It is here when we really see how much they've grown. Dragon Ball Super is currently taking place during this 10-year gap in DBZ, and it's believed right now the boys should be about 13 or 14 at this point in Super. So with only 4 years to go until the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament, why do they still look the same as they did at ages 7 and 8? Let's think about that. Why do we think Goten and Trunks should look any older than they do? The answer is, they shouldn't. Goten and Trunks look exactly as they should, given their age and activity. I'll explain why. If we go all the way back to Dragon Ball, Episode 1, Chapter 1, whichever you prefer, Goku is 12 years old and not any bigger than Goten or Trunks currently are, despite being about the same age. Skip ahead to Goku's second tournament where he fought Tien. Goku is 16 at this point and is only slightly taller. Skipping ahead further, after the events of King Piccolo, a time skip occurs and Goku is seen as a full-grown adult at the next martial arts tournament about the age of 19. Now let's take a look at Dragon Ball Z. Our next subject is Gohan, who we first meet when he's 4 years old, he's 5 years old when he fights the Saiyans and later Frieza, and he's 10 when he first goes into the hyperbolic time chamber, later emerging as 11 when he prepares to fight Cell. When we see Gohan go into the time chamber, he still has the appearance of a small boy, really not any bigger than Goten, Trunks, or even Goku at that age. He and Goku complete their training, and Gohan is ripped, son. He has increased slightly in height as well as put on a significant amount of muscle mass. This is the first instance we have seen of a Saiyan boy, half-breed or not, have any significant changes to his body around this particular age in the series itself, not including the Trunks special. The next time we'd see Gohan is after a 7-year time skip as a full-grown adult at age 18. So what makes Gohan the exception here? Why is he the only Saiyan child we've seen look like a fighter at his age? An artistic choice? Most likely. But it could also be due to the fact that he was the only one enduring such a high level of training at his age, fighting against a much more experienced Super Saiyan Goku while also trying to obtain that form himself and surpass it in 1 year's time. The results literally shocked everyone upon their emergence. Goku claims he entered the time chamber as a boy as well, but this could have only taken place while training on Kami's lookout during the Dragon Ball time skip, and even he says he couldn't last a full day at that time. While Goten and Trunks also stumbled on a Super Saiyan at a young age, we haven't seen them training much, if at all, in Super. You don't get guns like this, boys, unless you get in the gym. Come on. That being said, there's one more piece of evidence I'd like to bring up, which is really at the root of it all here. It can be found in the expanded lore of Dragon Ball, the prequel manga written by Toriyama himself, Jaco the Galactic Patrolman. I'm not sure how many people are aware of this manga or even fans of it. I think the main root of its disdain comes from the bonus chapter Dragon Ball Minus, which shows Toriyama's version of Bardock and the events that led to Goku winding up on Earth. It has been met with a lot of backlash from fans because it contradicts what was previously stated about Goku being sent to conquer the planet in DBZ, and is not as well written of a story as the Bardock special. However, I think some opinions may have changed after the story was reworked and expanded upon in Dragon Ball Super Broly. Towards the end of the Jaco manga, we can see him flying in his spaceship with Professor Omori and Bulma's sister Tights. They are aware that Jaco came to Earth to protect it from being taken over by an evil alien, and ask more about it. Jaco states, their main motive is to take over the planet, but the worst thing is that they are an evil alien race that loves to fight. Even the Galactic Patrol are no match for them, and the extinction bomb has no effect on them either. If the planet is ruled by a powerless race like this Earth, they will usually send a small child to slowly do away with the people on that planet. They have a very long childhood, so they can deceive the people around them as a child until they grow up. After that, their body will quickly grow into a size that is suited to fight, and they will continue to create havoc without hardly ever aging. Apart from the fact they have a tail, they look very similar to Earthlings too. Tights then asks, what is this alien race called? And Jocko responds, the Saiyans of planet Vegeta. Now this statement doesn't mention the great ape transformation at all, which is what we've believed has always been the form Saiyans use to conquer planets, that they'd arrive on the night of a full moon and devastate the planet that way. However, this does back up what we've seen in Dragon Ball, Z, and Super so far regarding Saiyan children. Just like Goku in Dragon Ball, Goten and Trunks seem to be very small as teenagers, and it's possible we may not see any significant changes in their growth until after the ages of 16, when they are both preparing to enter the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament that takes place at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Now, yes, remember, this is a little bit of headcanon mixed with some information from some source material that I've thrown together just to kind of make sense of why Trunks and Goten still look the way that they do in Dragon Ball Super. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.